So long, Bowser. Thank you so much for playing my game.
"37 months of dongish." They came as south at me right on my substream. Last weekend with no fear got me down bad. Finally I can spam Dongagent's DSC_1439 with my people.
What up? What's going on, chats? How we doing today? How are we doing today? I'm back. I had to hit go live on the first day back. I just had to. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Start match, start match, start match. We got Toxic Evoh today, guys. What up, Jekyll? What up, After? What up, Heuristic? What up, the Lifeless Nerd? Dval97. On Cade. Vacanus. I'm horrible. My actions directly led to Zen not playing RLCS 1s. Dude. Where were you this weekend? I was gone, man. I was off vacationing on the beaches of Mexico with my wife, who turned 30 years old. But I was not watching Rocket League. Yeah. Vacanus, dude. It's such a bummer. It's such a bummer that Zen ultimately, you know, didn't get to play RLCS 1s. But it's okay. I hope for the best for Zen. Much more important than us getting to see him play 1s in RLCS. A lot went down with that, man. A lot went down with that. I instantly had to hit go offline after the last stream, last show match stuff, Zen and Nupo. and then had to, you know, prepare for the trip, go get and watch Baby Feer. So I like found out about it and its depths a little bit later than I feel like everyone else did. I tried to just echo the sentiments on Twitter of like Casio and Zen himself. It's such a bummer that these players have to deal with this kind of hate or whatever. And I hope that these people who are hateful realize they are discouraging players from playing, and I bet you they love watching Zen play. Anyways, I had a million thoughts during the time. I don't know if it's worth rehashing or anything. But today we have Toxiic versus Evoh. And then we're going to do RLCS 1v1 predictions and stuff. You guys probably watched it over this last weekend of RLCS 1v1 getting all the way down to 16 players. I didn't get to watch it. I didn't watch basically any of it. I didn't watch any of the NA RLCS. And that's why I can't wait to find out whether it was 9 lives or SSG. Chat, was it 9 lives or SSG who qualled? North America is probably NRG, Complexity, the Ultimates, and then was it 9 lives or was it SSG? Does anyone know what happened with the Drowley versus the alleged Smurf situation? Nice try, Feats. I'm sure it was one of those two. It had to have been. It had to have been one of those two. Knowing where the state in the, you know, in which I left. NA was cinema? That's what I heard. I heard I missed, you know, the best regional. I can't believe it happened twice, dude. I just cannot believe it happened twice. I can't believe it happened twice with GK and Gen G. It's insane. You had to be there, yikes. Certainly you guys could just tell me about it, right? Oh, by the way, for everyone who dumped all their points onto Evoh, he is going to be playing on EU servers. Just so you know. Just so you know. Should have put it in the prediction. Great, another Scamba. Oh, we'll give Evoh his color to make up for it. Let me find out what color Evoh wants, and we'll put him on his color, and then that'll make up for it. Everyone knows color is worth just as much as 80 ping. All right, Evoh wants blue. Toxic on the orange. Server test Evoh. I'm assuming we'll server test to make sure that we can get him a good EU server. He says, nah, I'm good. Okie dokie. Let's do it. All right, let's run this match, chat. And then we got more to talk about with RLCS 3s, 1s, predictions. Maybe we get Birmingham predictions done today, too. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. 10 streak, by the way. 10 streaking. How it's going to work. We go by stream length, right? So we don't get scammed by these short streams because it's going to be a little bit shorter than the watch parties. So it'll be 8 times the hours we're streaming now that we're at 10. Before it was 7 times. So it's going to grow nice and slow. But, you know, maybe one day we're getting 1 billion subs, breaking Kai Sinat's, you know, record at the end of the streak. But anyways, why don't we run a little Rocket Cars right here and right now. And wait no longer. WoW today? Nah, no WoW. I appreciate you pretending like you want to watch WoW for me. Lotus 8 guy feels vindicated. Chat, here we go. We have Toxiic versus Evoh in a best of 5 show match. Evoh said he did not want to test the server, that he wanted to just hop in a server and go on EU. I was going to have him play a full series against Toxiic because Evoh's been looking to try and grind 1v1 matches recently. So I thought, you know what? Mostly EU guys are playing right now. But maybe Evoh will still be down to play even if he has to go play on EU servers, which is exactly what we have set up here today. I thought we'd maybe test his server, but no. He just says go immediately to the first one. He has picked this 116 ping server. He is trying to pull off Diaz level domination by playing on high ping, and we'll see if he can do it today against Toxiic, who has qualified for the top 16. I was not here this last weekend in order to watch the RLCS field over in EU get dwindled down from 120 million to just 16. But Toxiic has managed to make himself one of those 16 over in EU. And he's got an opening round matchup against Tempo, which I have a feeling is going to be a pretty equal one. Not sure which way I'd go with the way I have seen Tempo play recently. Historically, I think Toxiic had the edge for many years, but Tempo is on the rise. And Evoh's going to take advantage of a little bit of a whiff here to be the first to score. Bold-Blooded, thank you for the 17 months tier 1. I'm actually not sure that I thanked the other two guys who subbed at the start of the stream. Thank you, Vacanus, for the 37-month tier 1. And RWS Player 248, thank you for the 7 months tier 1. Great to have you guys here. Diaz versus Nupo yesterday was nuts. Was that on a player stream? Was that a show match? Toxiic. Oh my goodness, reset pinch. Was it Nupo live, no mic, no cam, queuing into Diaz, I imagine? Did I make the sub goal for February? I did. Yes, everybody who helped me get Partner Plus, much appreciated. I don't know if we necessarily need to worry about Partner Plus until later in March, but if you were considering helping out the stream, you could always give a tier 1, which helps us give us one of the 300 points we'll need in order to get the final month for Partner Plus. And then Twitch will upgrade us to getting a higher percentage cut of the subs. So I wouldn't mind it if you did sub, but like I said, I think we can maybe just hold ground here towards the end of March and then find out whether or not we're right on the very edge again. Evoh missing the back wall touch. This will be free for Toxiic, who's going to make it 2-1. Sorry, Bold-Blooded. I just noticed you tried to send a TTS message, but TTS, of course, turned off during the show matches as Toxiic is going to pre-flip underneath his ball to try and get Evoh to miss. Special guest weekend coming up. Your main man, Feer, going to be on the main broadcast as Toxiic, what a nice shot here, using the reset to slow down the ball. And I thought he was going to be up too high, but he ends up getting the perfect touch to make Evoh miss and still get it right underneath the crossbar. Are you watch partying Friday? Yeah, the plan is to be live Friday. Evoh kickoff goal to stop a 3-0 streak. Delay wave dash kickoff. Oh, mega delay from Toxiic as a way to fight back against it. He actually didn't pick up any boost, but prioritized the right thing as he ends up getting himself a shot, although I think he went all the way out. I'm not sure it would have changed much if he had gotten 100 boosts. He might have had 10 used in order to get right back to the spot he would have been anyways, and then 90 left over in case he did miss, but he didn't miss, so we're not going to have to worry about that anymore. Toxiic, eligible 50, trying to do camera checks to see what he's going to have to deal with here with Evoh, and Evoh does chase him down, dodges him as he jumps over the top of him, and Evoh is now down 3. Evoh is one of the main guys who likes to use camera work in order to try and get as good of a read as possible, and obviously to some degree players use their camera at least a little, but Evoh likes to use it a lot. Doesn't seem to be affected too much by throwing off his vision. Takes this dribble all the way to the ceiling, wants a goal line 50, doesn't get it, and he's not going to be able to go pick up that 100 boost. Toxiic is out ahead of him. I'm actually surprised he followed him into the corner there. He's going to have to try and make something happen. Toxic's trying to go crazy. He fell from the ceiling, got really greedy for a goal here, and it ends up not paying off. Toxiic had the reset, misses the ball, and now a 2-goal game for Mr. Evoh. Wave dash kickoff from Toxiic, gonna body Evoh back to the other side to guarantee he gets his goal. Evoh prioritizing the boost grab. I think he just tried to speed flip back to the ball. He's hoping to catch it and stop that really high bounce, which can be tough to deal with when on offense in the opponent's half. If you could get that to die down, maybe collect a possession and attack Toxic, but he didn't get there in time, and now instead it'll be a Toxic freebie. Feer says he does full time now, but he left us hanging for an RLCS watch party, best regional of the year. Well, I work 2 full-time jobs, and that is father and husband to the Fearmily. That's one of them, and the other is streaming with you guys. So my other full-time job needed me. Evoh, the air dribble cringe. That'll do it. He needs 3 in 46 seconds. It's not going to be easy, but it certainly is possible. Fake kickoff from Toxic to try and reduce some of the volatility that would allow it to be possible for Evoh to bring it back. Evoh still intercepts. Has 100 boost. Toxic used up everything he could to recover here, but probably bought himself enough time. It's not going to matter. Evoh into an air dribble. Ended up just taking it right into Toxic. I think there was a bit of mind games on whether or not he's going to go for a bump or keep the dribble going. Toxic ends up reading it appropriately. And even though Evoh gets his goal, it's going to come probably just a little bit too late. 12 seconds left to go for him to bring it back. You couldn't handle the RMC non-belief from the Johnny Boy this weekend? A lot of people were talking about, you know, like there was a whole Reddit post pointing out all the people who said that Gen G was not going to do it, or not, you know, getting a regional win to qualify for the major. And I don't think those people are necessarily wrong. I think they just helped paint the picture of how crazy of a run it was. Game number 2. Lost had to play Drafinho in the last match of the 1v1 Swiss. Wait, only one of those 2 guys made it through? I would have expected both Lost and Drafinho to make it to the top 16. Unlucky that only one of them could make it in. Thank you for the 32 months, Beaston. Keep up the great content. Appreciate you. Evoh slamming one in. Also did not ask for a new server. He's down to just ride it out here on 120 ping on this EU server. I've seen Evoh play on EU a bunch. He can get sub 100, but he just wants to power through on 120. I don't know how many streams we're going to be able to get in before RLCS 1v1 later this week, but I'd love to get some of the top guys essentially playing matches against each other, almost like scrims in preparation for RLCS 3v3, which I'm sure teams are running a ton before their weekends of the top 16s. Where can you see who made top 16? Well, Liquipedia is your answer for everything. Here's this Toxic flick that mirrors, or I should say matches, Mr. Moxie, because it is the direction that he likes to flick him. Just ripping one top left. He's always had a strong flick. We'll also be doing predictions. I won't be able to do... I mean, we could try South American 1v1 predictions, except for the top, like, 5 or 8-ish, probably, in South America. I think there's some newer guys I hadn't seen before, so it might be tougher to predict other than just, you know, predicting them against the players that I am aware of at the top. But I like to see some new faces. You never know. Maybe some big runs. On K, thank you for the tier 1 for 2 months. Appreciate you. Tier 1ers are the heroes. Birmingham dinner? I don't think we're gonna... Is it just beans, bread? Yeah, okay, we'll add it, for sure, but I don't think it's gonna be used very often. Proverb, thank you for the 10 months tier 1, and Rusty, thank you for the 12 months tier 1. Toxic. Faking the challenge there on the ball, I believe. I was looking at some subs, but as I came back, looked like he kind of pulled off the ball, prepped for a 50, in the process faked. It's Birmingham. Whenever I was saying that, people were roasting me, saying that was my North American way of saying it. So I switched. But maybe I'm wrong. Evoh within one. As Toxiic gonna chain some dashes on the back wall. One of the things I was thinking about doing, and I'm sure it's just not gonna work out that way, but maybe I'll reach out to some people, you never know, is to just do actual like scrim blocks for 1v1. Maybe we could run it on Wednesday. We'll see how many people I can convince, where you basically, I don't know if you guys know how 3v3 scrims work. But my understanding is you basically block out a team for an hour and you're just playing games against them. Obviously, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. People just trying to work on their game, work on one thing or the other, prep for the RLCS. Could be kind of fun to see what scrims in 1v1 could look like, where it's just a time limit. Let these guys just play as many games as they want. Work some games out against each other. But of course, I imagine that happens probably at least at some level while not being streamed. But I think for the most part, these guys are just queuing up ones ranked as essential scrims. Evoh's trying to go to length of the field right now. And he's going to need a crazy wave dash catch. I think I saw the vision for what he needed to make this work. And he's not one to give up on it. So he did just try and get the nutty power slide catch into, I think, maybe flick is what he was hoping for. But he did fall ahead of it. One hour straight 1v1 sounds terrible. So that idea is great. Yeah, I think ranked ones is just considered good enough scrims. I know I was watching, apparently, Jack earlier today. He was getting a bunch of games against Nugget for a bit. But then, at least when I checked in a couple other times, there were definitely games that, you could argue are not quite of RLCS scrim level, like a full-on match against one of the top 16 or so would be. But Nugget, I think, would have clearly been top 16 if he was not currently banned. Nugget was part of that YMC squad, banned for a year for... It was just 1 year, right? For match fixing, for losing on purpose in the RLCS. YMC is officially unbanned. I think he was just banned from all Epic tournaments, so I think it's going to be 1v1. It's going to be everything that is RLCS affiliated. Evoh going to be gifted a free opportunity here with a minute 33 left to go. Toxiic again putting himself out ahead of Mr. Evoh. Moxie was scrimming Juicy before his matches. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Warm-ups is also something that people do. If you guys weren't aware, in the RLCS, teams will pick somebody out, some other team, maybe that's playing in the event in some other distant part of the bracket, and play a warm-up scrim with them right before the real games start. Although I can't imagine that Moxie needed a warm-up scrim for any other day than maybe the Swiss stage. I don't think a warm-up scrim against the Diamonds or even, the Grand Champs is really needed. Nice play here from Evoh. Evoh challenging backwards, gets bumped by Toxiic up to the side wall, but really quick recovery there and uses the boost he does have to get right back on top of it. Puts himself within one with a big ping disadvantage. Both these guys going to go wave dash kickoff. Evoh gets the win in the race to the side boost and now is threatening the hook shot. Cuts it across and oh my goodness, what a save. It was actually perfectly placed by Evoh. Evoh's elected to back off and let Toxiic rush all the way out to the ball. Use a little bit of boost he does have, and now he has him completely starved out as he tries to find his way through. Toxiic, pretty good clear. Evoh arrives at the midfield just a little bit too early to steal that 100, but Toxic's going to go into the back corner anyways. And now Evoh, the fake resets. Doesn't matter. Toxiic didn't fall for it. Has the ball all the way in the blue half. He's not going to be able to hold on to this one, though. Evoh going to be tested in the air. Can he clutch out with 22 seconds left to go on 120 ping? A 50. Keeps the ball just around the net. Can he find a way to score? Power shot. Toxiic reads it. Still, Toxiic not out of the woods. 10 seconds left to go. Evoh's just going to try and boom it top shelf, and he missed way too high. That cost him all his boost, and now I think it's not fully over, but it's not going to be nearly as easy as he had it a second ago. Evoh does keep it up. Can he get underneath this one? He should not be able to get back to it. Yeah, it will hit ground as Toxiic wins game number 2. Always going to be a tough challenge here for Evoh on these EU servers, but he fought to the end. But now has a big task ahead of him. I did not see the ones ranked games between Diaz and Nupo. Were they solid? Seems like the ones world was watching the session for sure. Evoh into, this is the Team Liquid car, yeah, Team Liquid. To see if that can help him out here in this series. That hasn't been going so well for him, although he has accepted a tough challenge here. Evoh's been wanting to grind ones for a while, so it doesn't surprise me too much. He's been messaging me. Not a lot of North America is interested in grinding one show matches, it would seem right now. After the salt mine ended, and with North Americans one scene coming in the second major. Nice flick. I mean, Evoh actually cut off a lot of angles. This is very possible to miss, but Toxiic does not. Anyways, yeah, most of NA is kind of taking a break in the 1v1 scene. But Evoh's been interested. And so he's going to have to play against these EU guys. Evoh, there, that's what I'm talking about in terms of camera movement, just keeping his camera pinned down as if he had, instead of ball cam, he had Toxiic cam. As he swung around on that back wall, has a reset now. Fake wave dash on the board for a tie game. Yo, crazy. First time chat just told JBP no. Is that based, or, I mean, is he... Oh, he was answering your question. I thought he was just saying it at you. We'll go over the brackets, how they stand right now. Everybody, all the games. I mean, we won't cover any of them in replays, I don't think, because I'm not even sure if they'll be available. But I need to slightly recap too. You know, I've looked at them briefly because obviously I couldn't wait. But I haven't gone deeply through all the different matchups and stuff. Hopefully some of you guys who were there can point out what you guys thought were the most interesting things in case something I don't notice went on. Yo, Rye Lacey, they've had 80 months. Tier 1, my goodness. Nupo won every game versus Diaz in ranked, and he's number 1 on RL duels. So is he the best at the moment? No. No, I don't know. You may hate to see it. You may hate to hear that I don't think so. Nupo is 1 participation in Salt Mine 4 away from being the best. But right now, you know, even with Nas losing his recent show match, he just hasn't lost a tournament in years, it seems. So let's let him lose a tournament. But of course, he's not going to play against Nupo in this one. A few new 1v1 guys made Swiss. That's good to see. Evoh up 3-1. The Team Liquid Fennec may have been the answer. Evoh has always been a guy who loves the ground dribbles with the ball out ahead, not bouncing, more than anybody else in the game. Anybody else at this high level, normally dropping the ball down and letting it roll is just a big mistake. You lose some of the bounce, you lose some of the ability to play vertically, and it makes your attack way more readable. And yet Evoh is still willing to go to it, and he's had, you know, mixed success with it. I'm not sure if it's good enough for me to tell everyone else to start copying what he does there, but there's no question that he either doesn't mind it or is just not as good at keeping his dribble high and keeping it bouncing or keeping it up. But he's so mechanically gifted in every other way that I have to think he's just a little bit more willing to drop it down. And here is one of those reasons why it's nice to keep it bouncing, as Toxic's going to use that soft bounce to cut the ball around Evoh and make it 3-2. I should have screenshotted one of the YouTube comments. For some reason, I just thought of this. Maybe it's because of JPP's really high IQ comment he just did in Twitch chat. But there are some people who are not fans of the Twitch chatters. They're like, I enjoy the games, but I hate the childish Twitch chat who types things like DSC 1439 all the time. Like, oh, sorry. There's a chance I encourage that behavior. Toxic regaining the lead here with 1:30 left to go. Evoh is up 3-1. He's allowed 3 straight. You can see the frustration from him as he toggles ball cam back and forth. And I'm not sure about this kickoff as he tries to float all the way to the net, and that, it feels like it almost secures his defeat. The way the match has been going so far, I don't know if he can afford to give up freebies like that one. Oh my goodness, what was that kickoff? By both of these guys. It is going to play into Evoh's hands as he has a reset and will go over the top of Toxic, who's actually defending this from the inside of his net on the side wall. Not something you see very often from a dribble that's this far away, but Toxic did get a lot of height from it. Just ended up expecting Evoh to drop down and flipped underneath it. Evoh on another air dribble, wants the bump, gets it. Tie game, 5-5 with 1:08 left to go. Evoh has been more than willing to use the air dribble bump. Toxic thought about the early jump. If he had stuck with that, maybe he could have gotten over the top of it before it got set up, but returning down to the ground makes his late recovery turn him into a victim. And now he's got kick-out possession, 5-5. Evoh at ceiling heights. Toxic, oh my goodness, he's going to cut it back to the net. He took it way too high up to the back wall, and it seemed like a bit of a mistake. Evoh fell from the ceiling, and he immediately expected this to be a rush to the corner boost. He's just trying to get out ahead of Toxic, figuring that he messed up. Turns out Toxic had another plan once he saw that. Good catch on the ground and just cut it in against no defender. Evoh, this time the fake not going to work. Worked maybe earlier against Toxic. He's down 1 with 44 seconds left to go. Wants Toxic to toss him the ball, which he does. And there again is Evoh dropping the ball. This time maybe because of what he thought was a fake challenge there from Toxic, as opposed to sometimes when he's dropped it with no pressure like we were talking about earlier. Toxic controlling the ball with the lead. Oh, nice save from Evoh. Toxic not taking the safest of final attempts with just 1 goal to his name as a lead. That's looking like it might not matter, except for Toxic just passed Evoh the ball. Is Toxic trying to get more games in? The people with channel points on Toxic are going to be yelling collusion as he almost directly passes Evoh the ball and enables him to send this one to overtime. Wave dash kickoff. Evoh going to cut this one infield. Does manage to take Toxic's corner boost. Toxic able to recover and stop this 50. And actually, should just be able to get a tight angle goal. Wait a second. I wasn't watching from Toxic POV. Maybe it wasn't as simple as I thought. He's actually very low on boost. Evoh's going to use that as his opportunity to cut in. First touch off the sidewall. Way too far out midfield. So he has to use all his boost just to get back to it. And now, defending against a Toxic flick. You got that much power on absolutely no boost. Evoh, the full length of the field from the back wall, has to leave that one, as there's no way a flip could recover and be better than just landing down and dashing and prepping for his recovery. Power shot here. Toxic cannot stop it. Evoh will win game number 3 if Toxic ends up losing the series. He really gifted the final goal for Evoh. I should say that the final goal in regulation, which is a pass off his own back wall from Toxic to Evoh. And now, we have ourselves a series. Toxic doing the YMC, Toxic pulling a Nupo. Rusty, did you find the exact comment I was referring to? Because that does look a little bit like what they said. Game number 4. Evoh and Toxic. Evoh out of the Team Liquid Fennec as he rolls through this ball. Toxic hasn't been able to deal with the physical play very well. Toxic out of the Octane and into the Fennec. Did we see any Batmobiles playing in our RLCS this weekend? For those of you who are watching. Or most importantly, look at Evoh. Look at this play. I love this kill on the side wall to get this to roll around and get in front of the net as soon as possible, as well as chain some dashes to be in the perfect position. It's just a nice combo of mechanics there. Real cars only. Fairy Peak did not use any Batmobile just to throw it back for old time's sake. It just feels like everything would be right in the world once we had Fairy Peak playing in the Batmobile in RLCS 1v1s. You heard what happened? Yeah? Why does that feel like something anybody could say to just bait me every time they show up to the stream? You heard what happened, yeah? No, I don't know. I guess I don't know. In RLCS. I'm still not sure what you mean. Evoh gonna die here. At least partly because he did not pick up that corner boost, allowing him to escape. Toxic's gonna cut this on the back wall. Evoh able to actually get a touch on the bounce back off the back wall to clear it away. Wave dash cuts. I don't think it was on target. It's gonna get credited as a shot and a save, but I'm not so sure I would have bet large sums on that one going in. Evoh, though, still in the lead. He had the lead at the start of game 2. It seemed like he let it dwindle away before Toxic seemed to hand away what felt like a sure victory at the end. Toxic now out of the corner, staying behind the ball. Hair rolled and tried to both move the ball and bump Evoh in the process to sneak it in that top corner, but Evoh manages to make the right play defensively. That has been what has leveled him up. Evoh finishing, I'm not sure if this is the first time we've had him on since he finished second in the Salt Mine. Very impressive set of games from him there in the championship bracket. Who knows what we may come to see from Evoh when it's his turn to play some RLCS 1v1s. Evoh off the side wall. Not much of a solid sidewall dribble from him in terms of threats. Best he can ask for is that he didn't immediately get scored on, and yet Toxic is still going to get a flick at a 50 to tie it up. That was like the opposite. Somehow it was a knuckleball of his flick. You prep the defender to expect that top left boomer enough that when you drop a slow one right at the back of their car, it may work out just as well, since their save will be weak and you can just dunk it right back in. Unvoiced, thank you to tier 1 for 19 months. Careful, chat. He's a hero. That's a tier 1er, getting us closer to Partner Plus. Toxic reset in the field into the back corner. Evoh taking to the skies. Toxic pre-jump this time. Does not get bumped as he comes back out of the ground. In and out save from Toxic. Not going to be able to steal Evoh's corner boost, but did send it the length of field. Evoh again trying to go the distance. We have yet to see him score with this. Chat apparently telling me that Diaz and Nupo played a series of ones games as Toxic's gonna go double jump bump. Did Diaz hit any full field air dribbles? Evoh completely lost this dribble. Actually manages to get back to it and low 50 it before it gets too out of hand. Now looking to cook up some magic from the midfield, and Toxic will intercept it, but cannot get around the ball to get the angle for the shot. But we find ourselves in a familiar situation here as the clock winds down. Toxic with a lead against Evoh. With 1:03 left to go, Evoh picks up a corner boost. Wants a dunk, can't get it. Cannot snipe Toxic either. Now reset, top shelf double. There is a little bit of the sidewall magic that we often see from Evoh, and a lot of the top North American 1v1ers, they love to attack from that midfield hunter boost. And Evoh shows that he has the sauce. Another big kickoff win for Evoh. Can he put this on target? He can, but Toxic has recovered now. Evoh, for the second or maybe even third time, has just sailed the ball over the crossbar when he needed a high shot. And when, by all means, he's just trying to, force Toxic to make a save high. He just way overshoots it, allowing Toxic to escape defensively as he now has a hunter boost and possession. Plays to his flick. Oh my goodness, Toxic! A moment ago, he's just collecting the ball, and the next moment, it's in your nets. And he can do it both ways to perfection. Not to call Moxie a one-trick pony with that flick left, but he definitely prefers it. Toxic seems to be completely comfortable no matter which direction he has to send it. And this time, it's a diagonal flip right. Evoh needs a kickoff win, and he might just have it here. Toxic's going to have full boost in defense. Evoh's had varied success here in the air, and in front of the ball makes it very unlikely that he finds a way to make it. And Toxic will get the win. GG's from him. Evoh dropping GG's in the party. A 3-1er for Toxic, who will be playing in the top 16 this weekend. GG's. GG's. All right, chats. Are there any more games? Get another game, Mr. Feer. All right, you game goblins, as I like to say. Play your TTS? Sir, you redeemed TTS during a show match. I'm not sure that you deserve a TTS.
I hope you're having a good day.
But because that guy had such a nice TTS, I'll play yours. You're in need of more Genji glaze?
Hive. It is I, Mr. Mustache Man. Please, give me more marbles. 5. I like marbles.
5. I like marbles. Why does he say like 5 before it? What's on the agenda today? Guys, RLCS 1v1 predictions. Predictions. That's what I was thinking. I just wanted to go over everything that happened. Oh. Evoh's not in a location that gets him gigaping anymore to EU. I just now found this out. I was asking Evoh if he wanted to play on EU because I knew he was one of the guys with better EU connections. So I was like, oh, it's almost like US West guys playing on USC. There's some US West guys with bad enough ping that I would, relate them. But Turns out he's not in the same place as he was before, so he might just get bad EU ping now, which is a rip. It's tough for doing practice, dude. Being able to play 1v1 EU ranked, I feel like it's going to be huge. I think people should do that when they can. Sounds more like you than last time. Yeah, I don't know if they've been getting better or what. You're just not seeing the 100 million redeemable channel points, and I needed 100 million immediately. What up, Putin? Thank you for the nice CTS, by the way. He said, I hope you're having a good day. I hope you guys are having a good day as well. All right, who watched RLCS 1v1s? I'm going to try and mix up how I do this here. Let's see. Let me just cut this live. All right, this is a little confusing because I have two scenes layered on top of each other. All right, Chad, this is RLCS 1v1s. Mr. Koi, Smokey J, 710. Maybe that's tier 1 for 13 months. Today, chats, the plan is simple. We recap. We will be recapping RLCS 1v1 here today. I was not around to see what happened. So we'll do a little bit of looking at the bracket here on Liquipedia, on this spreadsheet, as well as predicting some games for this weekend. I am going to be live doing watch parties on Friday. Friday is when... Yo! Thank you, Mr. Prob, for the gifted sub over to Koi. Friday is when all of the GSL stage goes down before we get into the hybrid bracket. Now, what was the big news, chat? Major predictions too. We could do major predictions as well. Moxie beating Drally. So we have two groups of Swiss, by the way. I think everybody made it this far. Did anybody not make it to the Swiss stage? Can you guys think of somebody without me having to check all the brackets? Because I think they don't go any earlier than this. Oh, they do actually have the double elimination. I guess we could look at this real quick as well. Edgeby. Oh, Fairy Peak lost to this guy, Osaft. Zen. Okay, yeah. Zen did not queue. He DQ'd. He just fell out of the brackets after basically the Zen Nupo matchup. Eugen is the only eye popper. Tempo handle business. Toxic handle business. Yeah, Exotic. Exotic lost to Proposa. And then... Oh, he forfeit out, though. He might have been able to beat Eugen. But apparently he only had interest in going into the upper bracket. Did anybody see this game streamed? He didn't want to wait. He didn't want to wait that long. Yeah, I mean, these can take really long. These could definitely take a long time. Oh, Fairy Peak Astro. What a 1v1 throwback, dude. Is Fairy Peak... How did they look? I think Fairy was streaming his the whole time, right? Someone in chat said Fairy got mobbed or got robbed by versus Moxie. Fairy won at least one game against Moxie, I remember. He took Astral down. Astral rage quit that match. Man, I tell you what, I was bummed I couldn't be here. I had a great time, I won't lie to you. Vacation was peak. It was peak, but I do wish I could have been around for a lot of the stuff. Totally tilted after the first game. Atto handling Rain. Jup has been looking good. Jup and Lhasa have both been guys like I would have predicted to make top 16. Did Lhasa make it or did he... Where did he go? Why is he not in this lower bracket over here? Oh, there he is. He lost to Heisenberg. Oh, I don't know who this Heisenberg guy is. When we do major 1 predictions, I might do them today. It just depends how fast we get through 1v1. My plan is to have like an hour, 9 minutes left still of the stream. So... if we get through 1v1s, we can just do 3v3 right away as well. Batira lost first 2 games to Edgeby or whatever his name is, the Danish guy. Batira. When did he play Edgeby? Oh, in the bracket later. So Batira got Smashy. Smashy then beat Tekos. Pretty good win. So, guys, was there drama with this Saudi guy? Is this what had the drama? Someone was telling me there was drama between Drowley and a Saudi player who apparently said he was playing on a Smurf. Drowley was saying it was Nupo. He was playing on a different account. Okay, so they're saying that someone was playing on his account. Drowley was saying that he was a Smurf because he wasn't playing on the W7E account. It was some other name. Okay. Dude admitted to being from KSA, but you can be from KSA. You can play in any region you want. He could even be residing in KSA. And he could, for whatever reason, pick to play the EU 1v1, I think. Which is weird, but fine. Yeah, he can't play in MENA. He's basically trading his opportunity to play in MENA, instead play in EU. Why he would do that? Insane. He was playing on a Smurf account, and he said he is W7E. Interesting. So why not just play on his regular account? What does it matter if he's on a Smurf account? Yeah, like, it's not like... So, he might have gotten a worse seed than he should have. It is potentially the argument. I mean, the fact that this guy 3-0'd Grama is like, oh. He's pretty good. But then getting 3-0'd by Stizzy almost doesn't even... It doesn't even line up. RLCS rules that it has to be your main account. Oh. He can't play both regions. Well, he probably won't now, right? He doesn't get to play MENA. Oh, okay. I got it. I am starting to catch up. Maybe he was trying to play both. Maybe he was trying to play MENA and EU. So he picked an alt to say, this alt is my EU account that I'm going to play EU RLCS with. And then I'm going to go back and play MENA RLCS with my main account. Is that what he was trying to do? I'm sure he won't be able to get away with that. So that was a silly idea if that were the case. I'm sure he'll just be locked into EU and not get to play MENA. So I bet he regrets that. But it's not like it was Nupo playing for him or something. Drowley called an admin. The admin said that there was a problem. There was no problem. He's playing on his account and they kept playing. Oh, well, there you go. This guy was just too good. It was Dr. Unknown. Well, either way, all right. It sounds like there was drama, although we haven't gotten to the drama yet in the Swiss Group A. So Swiss Group B, was that when Drowley's not in this one, so it must be Swiss Group A. JWG025, they have 12 months of Prime. He 3-0'd him. So after all that talk, he just crushed him? What button does he use to air roll? All right, so Nas goes through. Nas said he dropped a single game. Nas, in his tweet, said through his whole qualifier, he dropped a single game. Does anyone know who he dropped it to in double elim? Was it a late double elim game? It wasn't to Mako or to Goffs. He didn't drop any of his last 5 games. Did he have a game that he lost? He just lost some game he wasn't locked in. Like, who could he possibly have played that's stealing a game off him earlier than the people that actually mattered? Did you see Zafrino get knocked out? We haven't gotten to Sam yet. He thought he lost the game because not losing seems too easy and fake. Wait, so he legitimately just didn't lose. He's like, I thought somewhere along the way. Oh, he said not lost a single game. Oh, let me look at the Nas tweet. Let me see if I am getting skill diffed on reading comprehension, or did he say something weird? Not lost a single game. I think I did get whoa, leaked. I think I did get a skill diff. Insane that DMs would just literally pop up instantly. But anyways, I think we're fine. Quick check. Nothing's getting leaked. Where's Zen? Zen ended up DQing out. So Moxie beats Drally. This is pretty interesting, especially after Moxie lost to Vatira and then Drally beat Nas, right? I think going into that one, chat would have probably been predicting for a Drally victory. I probably would have been predicting for a Drally victory. I'd actually have to look at the Drally Moxie matchup. This is isn't this one like owned by Drally big time or something like that? Isn't this like a 9-1 or some weirdly favored to Drally series? Let me pull it up. Oh, by the way, this reminded me, before I forget, I'm pulling up RL Duels right now. If you are interested in helping out RL Duels, please hit me up in a DM on Twitter, on Discord or something, and they need help with something that's quite easy. Data entry. They were like, yo, we need people to like plug the 1v1s in that happened. And I think that should not be too hard for anybody. Basically what they're saying is we need a volunteer who's willing to like use up some of their time to just enter in matches. You get nothing in return. Think Liquipedia people, you know, who do that literally just for the funsies, basically. If that sounds like you, hit me up. I'll connect you with the RL Duels guys and maybe you can help make the scene just a little bit better. I will hit you, no problem. Yeah, that's not what I said. Feer gives VIP if you do it. Script it. Sounds like you should make a script and help out the RL Duels guys. Anyways, let's look at these rivalries. This is what I want to see. The rivalries. Also, you guys aren't... Okay, no, never mind. We're good. 10-4. 10-4. So Drally basically owns this matchup. I don't think they have the new one in. So I guess it'll be 10-5 now. But considering how good Moxie has been... Ooh, Nupo owns the Nupo Drally matchup. I don't think you normally see this one-sided of affairs between top players like this. So anyways, kind of a big win for Moxie. Drally then goes on to beat this guy, which apparently he was maybe like, I don't know, scamming people or something. But he gets swept. Would you say Nupo is now top 1? How about this? RL Duels would say he's top 1. Now, Tempo made it through. Only lost to Jor Oots. Jor Oots beats Treble, Tempo, and Eugen with a 3-0 loss to Nas. Jory is looking strong, I would say. 3-0 loss to Nas. Could have been anybody. With his seed, literally could have been anybody who had to play Nas. He had to do it. Great buckle score. Stizzy, Treble, Hyder. So Fairy Peak loses to Moxie. Apparently people were talking about this one as an interesting one. Then beat Jelly, then a Game 5 loss to Stizzy, and then got swept by Hyder. Edgeby didn't make it. Unfortunate for Smashy. Smashy only pulling a single game here in this final round. I would not have expected. I would have expected Smashy to be right here. Either like a Hyder position or like one of these three guys. Slight underperformance from Mr. Smashy, if I do say so myself. Have you seen the Nupo solo goal against the Falcons? Yeah, I think I did see that clip. How can I email you business-related emails? Rocket League related? If you use my email on Twitter, it's probably the best way. It's like Feer at Clover Talent or something like that. .gg. Who's leading in the NAS versus Nupo? I mean, hopefully we just get EU versus Mina. NAS Nupo World Championship settled it all on the field at LAN. How's that sound? All right, let's look at Swiss Group B. Let's look at Swiss Group B. Atto 3-0s against Manster, Luis P, apparently Jack. Close game against apparently Jack, though. Vatira 3-0s against Juke, Edgeby, and Juicy. Handling business. Juicy goes 3-1 against Dab, Jup, lost to Vatira, beat apparently Jack. That's a good win for Juicy. Juicy is kind of... He's a high-level ones player. He maybe doesn't play in ones tournaments and stuff as much, or show matches. But he's definitely, you know, good enough to get these wins he got here. Luis P is kind of back. Only a loss to Atto. Beat Toxiic, Dab, and Matzer. Toxiic makes it through with a loss to Luis P, then beat Lusual, Purposa, Juke. Juke lost to Vatira, Toxiic. Jack lost to Atto Juicy. Had to get it in the 5th round. But showed that he barely belonged in the 5th round. A clean 3-0 once he got there. Jup, Purposa. So Edgeby crushed Lusual. Lost to Vatira. Lost to Matzer. Lost to Heisenberg. Chat, how does Heisenberg guy look? This is a guy I like have never heard of. Purposa, heard of. Matzer, heard of. Dab, heard of. Edgeby, Lusual, Seizen, Mala. All these guys, I could have told you who they were. Heisenberg, did not know he played Rocket League. I'll admit it. But he had a really good run, considering. I mean, he made it round 5 until he reached Jack. Went over Seizen and Edgeby. Got Jack in the 3-0 round. Maybe if he gets one of these other guys, he gets through, but... Silent, you mean? Oh, no. It's way too possible. Jack's round 5 was a forfeit? Oh, Heisenberg didn't play? That makes it sound even more like Silent. Right when he's about to make top 16, he's like, okay, well, I can't make top 16. Because then they'll catch me. Somebody go check Heisenberg's air roll. All right. Let's look at the main event. The main event. Do we want to make it bigger like this? I guess I can't scroll back and forth. I could just do this back and forth. That might not be the best way, but we'll stick with that. Also check Sam and APAC. Okay, should we run through Sam and APAC real quick? APAC, I'm just going to look at the brackets. Oh, they don't have the brackets set up. Darku played APAC. Oh my goodness, APAC is just a bunch of Mina. Ugh. Interesting. It's a bunch of EU and Mina players. This is not APAC, right? Like... Shoddy decided to play APAC? Did these people not realize they're locked into APAC? Like, I don't think Shoddy gets to play Mina RLCS. Did these people not realize that? Okay, well, I'm done looking at APAC. We get the idea. A ton of people who are not from APAC decided to go try and yoink it. Nush? Wait, no. Tell me Nush did not play APAC. Tell me Nush did not queue up APAC. I don't see him on here. Okay, I think we're good. South America. I think I was looking at this real quick. Swift, Yan, Bems. Suko is a pretty... Oh, Lost made it. So Lost Jaffinho. Who did Jaffinho lose to? Bems, Yan, and Lost. Dude, that sucks. Yeah, that Buckles better be a 5. Oh my goodness. Nightmare draw for Jaffinho. Bems, Yan, and Lost. Dude. Absolute nightmare draw. Tough. Mata, KB1, Wisty, Card, Pan. The big names are here, man. The big names in Sam 1v1 are here, with the exception of Jaffinho, who got knocked out. Anybody big lose? Astromik losing this early is kind of a bit surprising. Oh, Knights losing this early is actually a bit surprising. Where's Diaz? Diaz is going to play NA. Yan lost once. Who did he lose to? Card. Wow. Yan losing to the OG, man. Yo! Mr. Apparently Jack. Thank you for the raid, my guy. What up to the Mr. Jack Raiders? The 1,000 million viewer raid. We're just looking at RLCS 1v1. And we're going to do some little predictions here, including a prediction for Jack. I wanted to check out Sam and APAC real quick. APAC was a bit of a bummer to see that it's basically just being completely stolen by other regions, but what can you do? Pretty sure Zapatos lives in Cali. Yeah, he's always lived in Cali. Jack almost died, bro. Well, I'm glad it was just almost. Are they going to play these games on mainstream? No, these are going to be team streams. So here's the biggest worry I have right now, guys. Because, like, let's ask Jack. Is Jack still here? A lot of times he will raid and run. Don't blame him. If Jack is still here, is he going to stream his own games? And if not, does he have someone else streaming his games? In fact, I see someone just said Jordy's. Maybe he is. So hopefully all these guys have that. But what if someone doesn't? That's going to be a big bummer. Like, what if we have a whole game missed? Nas? Has Nas been streaming his games? And if not, is somebody going to be streaming his games? Jorius hasn't. That doesn't surprise me. Nas was streaming. Okay, I see a few yeses, it sounds like. Okay, good. Well, hopefully they continue to stream their games. It'd be the worst case scenario is we don't get to watch on these days because someone either didn't stream their own games or didn't get their observer in. You can get an observer in. I know that Juke is being streamed by Rhinocast. So whoever doesn't have a game, observer, please tweet about it or something. I'm sure I could find somebody who would. I could help you, or someone else will just reach out. I bet, saying they'd stream your games for you. And they'd probably gladly do it on your channel too. So you don't even have to you don't even have to give up the stream, you know, to like someone else. I bet you they'd do it on your channel if you wanted them to. All right, chap. Should we run through some predictions here? Should we run YouTube intro voice again in case we start, you know, a cut right here? RLCS 1v1 has finally begun, and today we are going to be predicting the top 16 in EU. I am your host, Feer, the big brain for 1v1, the special guest on the RLCS. You come no further than here. That's right. Come here. Something like that. Anyways, perfect intro. Let's get to predicting. In Group A, we have Nas versus Jup. Jup has been right on the edge of EU big tournaments. I think the fact that EU and Mina were not combined in this one probably helps Jup get in right over the edge and into the tournament, but I'm not going to predict him against our boy Nas. I'm not predicting him against our boy Nas. First time chatter says, shut your little self up. That hurts a little. Drowley versus Luis P. Drowley versus Luis P. Luis P looking strong in the run-up. If we go to his Swiss page, how did he make it through? Luis P went 3-1, losing only to Atto Not bad. But I don't think I'm going to have him winning against Mr. Drowley. I'll give him a game. I'm going to go 3-1 Drowley. Fatira Trebla, more of the same. You know, I think a lot of these early rounds is the reason why I'm not pulling them with you guys. I don't expect a lot of humongous upsets. Now, Jorius has historically had a really tough time against a different French player that I would say is of similar caliber to Juke in Mozzarella. If you guys remember, Jorius just cannot beat Mozzarella. Even though he, by all means, should be ahead of him, I'm going to go ahead and say that Juke is not Mozzarella. He is a different player, despite being from the same country. I'm still going to give it to Jorius. 3-2. It does seem like Jorius to sweat this one out and maybe get it a little bit closer. Now, let's do a quick prediction for you guys. I'm not just going to put up Nash Drowley. I expect most people... maybe I will just do a Nash versus Drowley. Actually, if my polling software doesn't load, I will not be doing a poll. You'll just have to type in chat. And it's looking like the polling software stuff is not working today. We'll give it one more try. It does die out. Nas in tournaments is too good. All right, chat. 1 in chat for Mr. Nas. 2 in chat for Drowley. I'm just going to have to look at your guys' answers and give a general vibe. I'm not as good at the software. I'm not as good as the software is. A lot of Drowley votes, though. The people voting for Drowley are making sure to type 2 many times. Just do a Twitch vote. I hate the Twitch polls, but that might be the way. Let's see. Who wins? Nas, Drowley. We'll do a quick one. 1 minute. Poll is up. We're using classic Twitch polls. Ugh. Hate it. Hate it. Avoid it at all times if I could. But this really nice overlay software, every once in a while it dies. 502, something broke. Rest in peace. It is really close. These guys are 4-4 historically. We actually had their match record open from earlier. So this one will break the tie if it does happen. And I would say the poll is about to end 3-2 Nas. And I think that's what I would do. I think you guys are right. I think 3-2 Nas sounds good. How about the next one? I also don't like that this one doesn't show on screen. The previous poll was about 54% in favor of Nas. Someone said Drowley said Nas is boring. Yeah, I think that was his smack talk to him, right? The last time they played was something like, you know, playing against you is a boring play style or something. Joroots against Fatira. Joroots against Fatira. Fatira's on form at the moment. He did 4-1 Moxie. Fatira made it through his brackets. We got to go over to EU. Fatira made it through Juke, Edgeby, and Juicy. He didn't really play anybody the caliber of Joroots, if you ask me. But he did handle business against people he should. I think Joroots could definitely win this one. I don't think I'm as... Chat is going 67 or 68% in favor of Fatira. I tell you what, if Joroots was playing a best of 5 against Atto, he would have won 3-0. That's what's important to remember. Now, who knows? Maybe Joroots would have play differently if he knew it was a best of 5 versus a best of 7. But he 3-0'd Atto before losing 4 straight. So it's tough because a player that's 3-0ing Atto, I predict to beat Vatira. But Vatira beating a 3-1 over Moxie. Or was it a 4-0 or 4-1? You'll think it'll either be close or it won't be. That's a W prediction right there. Can we get the file? It's all on Cody V. You guys are so heavily in favor of Vatira. Let's give Vatira the coin flip. But like I said, you know, Joyas in the first 2 games looked insane. Vatira Moxie was a fluke. I don't think Vatira Moxie was a fluke. I think Vatira plays at the same level in ones that Joyas is playing at as well, but all right, new poll chat. I'm going to keep refreshing the polling software I like to use in case it happens to start working. But it's looking like it's pretty broken. Nas or Vatira? Historically, Moxie owns Vatira. Where the Nupo and the Mina players, they are going to be playing in the Mina RLCS. This is just EU. Nas versus Vatira. Is there going to be any matchup that we're willing to predict against Nas with? Vatira already won against Nas? When was that? Arrogant Zebra!
This is unusual, doing something for more than 1 month.
Yo, they were the 2 months of Prime. Appreciate you, homie. When will this RLCS start? This Friday. This Friday. All right, chat is heavily in favor of Nas. I mean, this is borderline sweep. I think chat is predicting a sweep with 78%. I mean, 80% would for sure, I feel like, be good enough to say sweep. Let's just go ahead and give it a 3-0. Both of them will qualify, though. So jump Luis P. These lower ones I'm going to do for you guys. I predict Luis P. I mean, I kind of doing him the whole way, right? If you get something incredibly wrong, I will not let you guys influence me. Juke Trebla is coin flippy to me based on what I know about these guys. Trebla's pretty good. We've seen Juke play more recently. If I wanted to really hard sweat it, I'd go look through how they made it there. They both made it 3-2. Trebla with his final win over the guy. Wait, is that even right? Apparently he forfeit that last round or something, or was it Jax? It was Heisenberg. I forget who it was. Either way, Juke playing Metzer, winning against Jup. Oh, I might go Juke. I think whoever wins this is losing to Drally. So. Also, we accidentally played the goodbye song there for a second, huh? I hope you guys realize that we're not ending stream yet and you didn't get faked. Drally against Juke. I have Drally winning, and I think Jor Oots should be advancing against Luis P. But that's a tough one. If I had to predict one spot that one of the top 4 would falter, Luis P is just the strongest 5, right? Coming out of this bracket should be Nas, Drally, Vatira, Jorias. The next most likely player to make it out, Luis P, if you ask me. And so whoever has to play Luis P might have the toughest time qualifying. And that's Jorias according to this bracket. So Jorias may be the most at risk here of not getting top 5 or top 4 and advancing to top 8. Now, Jorias Drally. Do you guys want to predict that one? I'll let you guys predict that one as well. Jorias Drally. And again, I'll go refresh my favorite polling software that is just Omega broken. This match doesn't really matter though. It puts you away from Nas and Vatira. If you're trying to dodge Nas, I think winning this one will put you in Group A3, which then keeps you away from Nas as long as possible. That's kind of the idea. But at the end of the day, The only thing that really matters, and you know, they do get some serious prize pool, is probably trying to qualify and win the whole thing, which, again, you're going to have to beat almost everybody. Unless you want someone to eliminate NAS for you, which there could be an argument for that. Chat is heavily in favor of Drally. I think I'm tending towards Drally here. Looks like a 3-1 Drally. All right. Let's pull in the other side. Atto Hyder. Hyder, strong Italian player. Not as good as Atto. Tempo Toxic. Actually, jump out. Moxie Jack. Juicy Stizzy. I think we have our group of death. I think we have our group of death in terms of getting top 4, which is really what matters, right? I think you might have like 3 finalists over here in Group A. You might have Nas versus Drally in the Grands. You might have like Vatira versus Nas in the Grands. You could even have Ajoria's Nas in the Grands. But these guys are all like top 8. Everybody here should make it to top 8. And the fact that only a few of them can is kind of tough. Now, Tempo or Toxic, chat? Tempo or Toxic? Maybe we just pull them all. See where you guys are at. Tempo, Toxic. I think that this matchup is starting to lean Toxic favored. I need some water, though. Have a little something in my throat or something. Hopefully not sickness brewing up. Ooh, chat was 50-50. 1 extra vote for Toxic. Nas is looking for a caster. Did he tweet about that? I mean, I could do Nas games. I think I'd rather watch party everything, so we can jump around. But I'm sure Nas will get somebody. All right. Toxic with the 1 extra vote. We did just watch him win today. Okay. The coin is going to be 1 more vote as well. Because I almost feel like the way I've seen Tempo playing... Oh, you guys can't see the coin. Oh, here, I think I know how to make it so you can see it. Heads, and we go Tempo. It's Toxic. Toxic was always going to win. All right, Moxie Jack. You can bully Nas for his replays. Well, we hopefully just have him live. I think people want to watch and experience it live. I bet you, did Nas tweet about this? Hopefully he just has somebody do his games. Elephant caster that wants to cast my main event, run on my Twitch. He'll find somebody. He will find somebody. We will have his game streamed. One of these guys instantly getting sent to lowers. I think I know who I'd pick. Even post apparently Jack raid. Chat is going to go with Moxie. I think I would go Moxie as well. This is 3-1 or 3-2 according to what chat is saying. Mox got a lot of pressure here. I don't think it's going to be so simple. There is a lot of pressure on the Mock for sure. Because it's RLCS 1s and everyone's going to say, you know, if you can't even do it when you know, have been practicing only this forever. A lot of haters are ready to get mad at Moxie losing. There's a lot of pressure on Jack. I mean, he's going to go to the major in threes. I would think that he'd be not so hard on himself. Even though he does 1v1 YouTube, you know. You heard that Moxie had 14,000 viewers for his 1v1 Swiss run? I did not hear about that, but that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I'm glad to see, you know, he's basically been banking for this moment for a really long time. I agree that I have Juicy over Stizzy. I could even... We'll go 3-1. All right. Do we need to vote Atto Toxic? No hating for my boy, who is named after me, but it is Atto. I'll throw the poll up for fun while we chat about it. I think Atto's going to get the win. Atto's looking a little bit too good to predict against him here against Toxic. Would be poetic if Moxie gets the 1v1 world champ. It would. I don't know if... Yeah, chat's pretty heavy towards Atto here. I think this it's harder to get out of Group B for a lot of these guys. But Group A has some heavy hitters. It's crazy that a current top 4 might include all of KC. Like, would that be insane to say? I guess it probably has Moxie in it too. Top 5 is what? Maybe trade out Vatira for Moxie, but he just lost to him head-to-head. So it's like Nas, Atto, Moxie, Drally, Vatira. All right, quick pull. We did drop the Atto one. Moxie, Juicy. The only benefit of this polling software on Twitch is that it does just end it at 1 minute, which does keep it going quick. When will you stream after today? I'm going to try and go live tomorrow. I'm going to reach out to the guys who are playing RLCS, see if they want to basically play some matches in preparation. I don't know if I'm going to try and be live every day before RLCS, but I'll for sure be live Friday. Obviously when the games happen, and then I won't be live on the weekend because I'll be on the main stream being special guest.
Yo, Feer, how do you do the spreadsheet thing? Because it says read only.
You make a copy of it. You make a copy of it, and then you can do whatever you want with your copy of the spreadsheet. That way you don't break the main spreadsheet for everyone else. Yeah, it does seem like this is just a mock victory royale. I'll even give Juicy a game, though. Atto, Moxie. These guys have played a good amount of times recently. Am I crazy for suggesting that? I wonder if RLCS or RL Duels will pull it up easily. It just takes them so long. Like, I hit the matches button. And I swear when I watched other people access this site, it did not take nearly as long as it does for me. They're using the same format as threes? Yeah, exactly the same. And it's not just because, like, other people in chat are maybe looking at it now too or something. It is basically anytime I try and use it. It is possible to look up all the Atto versus Moxie games, though. It's slow AF for me. Yeah, it's always... There's certain things that are a little bit faster. But yeah, the matches tab and some other things are quite slow. It looks like it's not going to load.
Cheers to 7 months.
Yo! Banks around. Leave the tier 1 for 7 months. That's a tier 1 in chat. That's our hero. 1 sub away. 1 sub away from sub goal. Imagine. Chat has Atto by a hair. Let's just do the old-fashioned way of looking up matches. Atto versus Moxie. Usually it'll show you the most recent one. 3 weeks ago. I forget who won this one. Moxie.
Prime till full time,
who won the one before that? 3 months ago. Moxie Atto.
Exclamation mark play.
Moxie. All right, it looking like predicting Atto is actually a jump out of the norm. 9 months ago, Moxie Atto. Moxie. Wait a second. Can we find a time that Atto won? 3 months ago. This is a different video. Yes, Atto sweep. All right, you know, there we go. We found some Atto wins. Spice Chili, thank you for the prime. 17 subs in the day. Let's pop up the streak. 11. I'm down with predicting Atto. He's been playing really, really well. He has gotten that win in the past, even though the last couple times it almost seems like his favorite Moxie. Hyder Tempo. Chat, we're just going Tempo here, right? Hyder's good. Hasn't been playing to the level that Tempo's been playing at. Appjack Stizzy. The dig matchup should go Appjack. Should go Appjack. Juicy Tempo. I'll let chat predict again. Who wins? Juicy or Tempo? Juicy did not play in Salt Mine. Juicy was not in Salt Mine 4. So it's hard to compare him. Tempo had a good Salt Mine 4. I think Juicy would have come in as a bigger favorite, you know, than Tempo was when he came in. But there's no question that Tempo has started to show some solid results. GC trying to say that chat does not know ball for going Juicy. Juicy's very good. This would be an elimination and no top 8 for Tempo. But I think some of these guys are going to have to not get top 8. I think I have Juicy making it as well, chat. I'm going to follow your guys' lead here. We are members of the Tempo Nation. Juicy's very good. I don't know. It could easily be a Tempo. This is a game 5 for a reason. Like I said, these guys are all very good. Stizzy I have going out 0-2. But he can make a top 8. Stizzy's a good player. I do think, unfortunately, Hyder is not likely to make it into top 8, but every one of these other guys could do it without much surprise. The Mina players will be playing next split when Mina plays. Right now, it's only EU. All right, who wins Toxic versus Jack? All right, we've got matches up. I don't know if it's even worth filtering. Player, Moxie. Opponent, Atto. I typed a T. We're just waiting for it to my whole computer. Okay. Atto Rico. Filter. All right. In 10 minutes, we'll come back and look at that. It'll be fun. $10,000 PC, by the way. It's not the PC's fault. It is RL Duel is just very slow. Chat has a heavy favorite Jack. I think it's fair to vote Jack. I'm going to give Toxic 2 games. Toxic is very good. And seeing him miss top 8 feels weird as well. But there's a lot of these guys who are going to miss top 8. Juicy Appjack, I think I've maybe played on my channel. I want to say I was trying to get a Juicy Jack game going not long ago. Juicy versus Appjack. 4 months ago. Oh, yeah. Rest in peace. We did not get to 100K. Although we are getting close. Jack won in the sweep. There you go. There you go, chat. In the most recent matchup between these two guys, Jack farmed it. Have to imagine he's on track to farming it again. I'll give Juicy a game. They played in Swiss? Ooh. That's an even more recent game. Juicy. Oh, Juicy won. I'll give Juicy another game. But I think it's still fair to predict Jack. Jack trolled. Juicy reverse swept. This time Jack protects against the reverse sweep. All right, into the final bracket here. Can I do a tick in of zoom? 150. How's this look? Nassim Nation, he sweeps every series. The top 8 that we have is Nas Moxie, Atto Vatira, Drally, Juicy, Appjack, Jorius. That's what's crazy, is Drally's lower bracket. One of Nas or Drally will have to be lower bracket. That's insane. That is insane. But let's start our predicting. This will be a fun game, a day of games. Like, these are Appjack Jorius. We can dream. Are you kidding me? We can dream. Let's start there. Jack Jorius in the actual RLCS. Pure cinema. Pure cinema. We finally get full-on RLCS 1v1. We get Jack versus Jorius. Who wins? Love the commentary. I'd love to see another one with Dark. Type 1 in chat if you'd love to see another one with Dark. Thank you, Tron. I appreciate that. You're not the only one. I promise you're not the only one. When are we getting these games? These ones will be Saturday if they were to happen. Jack versus Jor Oots. What is the all-time record? Look at these Atto Moxie games. Holy cow. They have played so many games. And it looks like... If only I could get a summary here at the top. The last one went to Moxie, Moxie, and then Atto, then Moxie, then Atto. Then Moxie. Seems like it slightly favors Moxie over the years. But this goes pretty far into the past. Guess you'll have to think this time, Mr. Feer. No saving you this time. Have you seen Fairy's RL Duels rivalries? Yeah, he just owns everybody, right? In his historic 1v1 matchups. You guys want to know the only way to actually predict Jack versus Jorius? Heads, Jack wins. Who's on top? Yeah, heads, Jack wins. Tails, Jorius wins. Jack wins this one. Interesting. You guys slightly had Jack as well. Looks like Jack gets heads. Rigged? I think I don't know, man. Jorius, dude, I don't know. It's Jack versus Jorius. Jorius has a 6-3 record. I feel like I would go Jorius. I thought chat was going to go Joyous too. But they went even more than slightly. I mean, Jack did just raid the channel. You never know if that biased people towards Jack. I think it's just, it'll be Cinema no matter what. Why am I not in the playoffs? I don't know, man. You didn't make it there. All right, Drowley Juicy. We're just going to predict Drowley, right? Did we just... I think we maybe just jumped this one. Some people in chat will predict Juicy, but we're just going to pick Drowley. Now, these ones are maybe more in question. Let's start up here at the top. Nas, Moxie. It's RLCS Moxie. No longer is it just show match and regular tournament. Whose Smurf is this? Play Marvel's Fear. Just type DSC 1439. Was it their first time message? It was. It was their first time message. I think I'm gonna go Nas, regardless of what you guys pick. Let's go Cinema. Let's go Cinema Game 7 instead of just a Nas easier win. Because why not, you know? Because absolutely why not? Chat is going 71% in favor of Nas. Nas going to turn into Nos for this one's tourney. Nas would wreck Moxie. How about the KC matchup? Who wins in Atto versus Vatira? These two guys RL duels rating right now. The main leaderboard, as I show you guys this flashbang, usually doesn't take as long to load. It's one of the faster things on RL duels. Where is Vatira at nowadays? I thought he moved into the, oh yeah, number 4. Sheesh. Atto's actually like surprisingly low, right? 11. Nupo, Nas, Diaz, Vatira. Moxie all the way at 8. Ross all the way at 9. You can tell that not a lot of action has happened since NA Salt Mine because Evoh is, I'm blocking it. Evoh is right here. Atto is also, I was covering him as well. He's number 11. But I have a feeling chat will predict Atto. And for some reason, I want to lean Atto as well. But I feel like it'll be Cinema. Guaranteed. Whereas Zen, I think Zen decided not to play it. After dealing with some of the harassment after the Nupo Zen match, decided, you know what, probably best to just chill, prepare for 3's major instead of play the 1's event. My goodness, dude. This will be Cinema. Can't wait. Can't wait. Imagine this day, the day 3 or the day 6, you could argue it is. Moxie, Drowley, Vatira, Appjack, Atto, Nas. Beautiful. Flip a coin for Atto, Vatira. Heads is Atto. Ah, it's heads. All right. Moxie and Drowley. They played in the Swiss and Moxie won. They played in the Swiss. It was best of 5. Moxie argued, said he's better at best of 7s. But is it true? Are you in Sam predictions? Probably not, just because I don't have a lot of time left on this stream. Maybe I end up doing Sam predictions some other time if I go live again later in the week. But we pretty much just have these predictions here left in this stream. And then maybe something that everyone keeps wanting to have that is sometimes near the end of the stream. We want Drowley win for KC to be 3 out of the top. Are you already saying you're going to predict Vatira? This one's down to the wire. Oh my goodness. It's actually decided by a coin flip. 50-50. Moxie, Drowley, 32 votes for each. So, there's only one fair way to decide. Moxie is on the top. He gets heads. Does he get eliminated out of his RLCS 1v1 event and not qualify? Or does he clutch up? I timed it terrible. He loses. He loses. He loses. He loses according to the coin flip. Drowley 4-3 on the rematch. Will Moxie finally not be streaming? Like once mainstream is covering his games, will he finally turn off the stream or will he still stream them? It'd be kind of a crazy it'd be kind of a crazy move to just still stream them. Do they let you stream? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they do. All right, Vatira. Who wins? Vatira, Jack. I wish I could quickly pull up their matches, but this doesn't load very quick. Vatira. You can see even after I type the first one, it like has a heart attack and takes a bit for the next one to show up. Let's see if we can see the full history. I'll pull it over here, so maybe I'll notice once it loads. Vatira hasn't been amazing in ones, but he locks in here against Jack. How come chat is disabled on YouTube? Because I'm not reading those, so I just want people to come to the Twitch if they want to interact. Vatira has been amazing in ones. He locks in here. Okay. Sorry. I'm just trying to get you canceled. I'm just trying to get the KC Nation all over you. Another 50-50. 1v1 RLCS is going to be cinema. 37 for Vatira, 37 for Jack. The coin says Vatira is obviously heads because he's on top. That it's Vatira. And all of KC make top 4. All of KC make top 4. Vatira Jack has just about, if I'm to believe this progress bar, is inches away from finishing loading. Just moments. Unless the progress bar is a scam, but there's never scams in a progress bar. Moxie beats Drowley in a high-pressure game. 7? Are you doubting the high-pressure ability of the world champion who scored the world championship winning goal? Dr. Ali. On LAN. Against unproven on LAN. Although it's not on LAN. It's not. It's going to be online. But either way. Not to say Moxie couldn't win this, but using the argument that Drowley cracks under the pressure feels like a wild way to describe how he loses. You're going to have to like... It's more like Drowley rage quits because he's so tired of the irritable bumps or something. That's how you come up with the way that Drowley loses. Okay, I'm trying to look at the Vatira Appjack history. Let me do it the old-fashioned way. Go to YouTube and type Vatira versus Appjack. And I'm not getting show matches right away, which makes me think there might not be much history or any history. I don't see any. Huh. These guys have never played before? That's got to be wrong, right? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Are they playing the same pool? Maybe it's time to get that game tomorrow. See if we can't get that matchup for a little warm up for these guys. Find out whether or not this matchup that's going to happen later for sure, because none of our predictions are ever wrong, will go which way. They played, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's not on YouTube. It doesn't mean they didn't play, but they did at Saudi, but no other time. Ooh, interesting. Oh yeah, did it already load for you? December 15th. Here, it finally loaded on RL Duels. The only one on RL Duels says that it was a best of 3 show match on December 15th. Samsung was the host. Oh, yeah. Wasn't this one of the most scuffed of all time? Wasn't this like 500 ping or something, like, or super huge delay, input delay? Oh, did they play it on a Samsung TV? Is that why? I kind of I remember this game now. Monitor. Oh. Yeah, I think they later talked about how it was mega scuffed. That being said, Vatira did win the Omega scuffed games. Get them on a show match? Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Who knows? Tune in later this week. You just never know. All right. Who wins? Atto versus Drowley, the KC matchup. Ask Kameto for his opinion. Which one of these 4 win? Morocco Grands does seem potentially likely. Nas's recent grand final in Saltmine was against a Saudi player who is not here, Mr. Rawas. Maybe in the absence of him, he'd play against Drowley, who was not in Saltmine 4. Atto sweeps both his mates. Ooh, wow. Okay. I saw that message in chat and I was like, oh, maybe there's going to be more Atto voters than I'm thinking. But then I opened up the poll. No. People are predicting Drowley. And I think I had to lean Drowley as well. The fact that Drowley beat Nas as well in this best of 7, you know, might just have a good matchup against Mr. Nas. But we did send him into the lower bracket because he had to play Nas early, which is kind of wild. There is no Zen. Nas Vatira, I mean, it really takes some magic to predict against Nas. So it's more of a question of how heavily do we think this one goes in favor of Nas, unless chat really has a change of heart. Why is chat Drowley Glazers? Because he won Arm the Rebels this offseason. The first Arm the Rebels. Then he lost to Jack in the next one, but then stopped playing. So it seems like he might be still like contending for victories level, but just sitting on the sidelines. Then he came back and won in this recent match this last week that I ran against Nas. Wins against Nas don't come very easily. The fact that you can get a win against him gives people a lot of faith in you. And it looks like chat is just kind of going to go a 4-2 here for Nas. All Moroccan Grands. I could absolutely see it. And I think I know which way I want to go here with this one. But we'll see with you guys. Nas or Drowley for the Grands? Best of 7 1v1 going to be exhausting? Yeah, these guys have to play, like in this world, Drowley has to play 3 best of 7s. He does get a break. He gets a break in between series and stuff, but yeah, it'll be tiring. Why you guys glazing Nas this much? They sucked in 3s. Lil Greg, are you new to 1s, brother? Are you new to 1v1? Something tells me you might be. Because I could see someone who only really watches 3s having that take and being like, I don't get it, man. Why is this guy from NIP getting glazed this hard? Not predicting Nas would be guaranteed glaze for anyone else. If we predict anyone but Nas, we would be guilty of glazing his opposition. which doesn't mean we can't, but I'm thinking we're going to. Just so you understand, you should make 1v1 retired pros of the tournament in the future. I think a lot of people say they really want to see that. I'm not sure how well that would go. Could be fun. I'm hoping for cinema. I'm down to predict Nas. I want to have Nas make it to the major, represent the 1v1 scene strong. These other guys are not going to be at the major because of 1v1 only. The only other guy who could make it to the major who's not going to be there will be Moxie. So I kind of want Moxie or Nas to win just to get, you know, somebody new out there into ones. If Moxie wins, the storyline is obvious. It's like the guy who grinded 1v1 shows he did it for a reason. He's the best in his game mode. And then Nas winning, the storyline for like GOAT is very available. If he wins and then wins again at the major and then wins again at Worlds, you could probably just put him in #1 spot. Good bracket, chat. Good bracket. I think I'm excited. Predicting an ass victory. I don't think it's as certain as maybe it seemed in the past, but to be honest, I think Nas is already the one's GOAT, but this would lock it. The mock could do it. It could be fun to have the mock do it. All right, chat. Is Marbles at the end of the stream or when? It's when! It's when. Thank you for the 17 subs on the day. We have reached the sub goal. I appreciate it, homies. So, we shall watch some mobile marbles roll down a screen. Give a sub to whoever gets there first, and time out whoever gets there last. Thank you, chats, for getting us to 11 days in a row of the sub streak. Don't know why dog Feer is barking. Cue it up, chat. I'm gonna drink some water. We'll come back. We'll run it. And we'll call it a day. Any first-time players? Where do you get your songs? I yoink them from other streams. They're mostly Zelda. Can we get Dog Fear casting one day and Fear barking in the background? Yeah, we'll do that for the special guest day. What do you guys think? 150? You love Zelda, that's why? Ah. It's just nice to use game soundtracks because they don't get copyright stricken. Copyright stricken. I nailed it. That's exactly it. 8 more! 8 more players! 6 more players! Surely we have more people who want to exclamation point play. Oh, shoot. We have a ton more. I looked away for 1 second. We got it big time. Let's run it, chats! You're so happy to finally win a marbles race? What's Dog Fear's favorite animal? I don't know. Just got out of marbles jail. Kiki boy, did you sign up for this one? It's impossible. You'll never lose twice. The chances of you losing twice is like impossible. What if there's a big sub day and lots of marbles and every mod gets timed out? That'll never happen. Bacchus actually looks like he's... Wait, why is he cooking when he said it's nice to finally win marbles? He's definitely up front. This is my run. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. Is it good to fall in the portal or not? Because Bacchus skips the portal. Where are the portal people dropping out? Bacchus, you're going to be stuck in that like marble or dice place forever, dude. Looks like release rope 6 in the running for potential mod. Oh my goodness, why are people glowing, falling from the skies? You get sent up here, I guess? I don't know how these coils all work. $420? Wait, is $420 about to drop in? Kanky Kid? KD? Oh my goodness, he hit the portal and dropped out. $420! Oh my goodness, what's gonna happen when $420's a mod? Oh no. Can we get some $420's in the chat? For $420's victory. As a VIP. It does mean that a VIP slot is opening up. One way or the other. Bacchus did not win, not even top 10, so I don't know what he was thinking. If I get last, chat, I will double the amount of subs. Today would be a pretty cheap one. 17 subs to double. I see my name right there. I don't know if I'm even going to make it in, though. I think I'm going to get death by fire. Almost everyone knew, except for like Crawl. Rocket Brawler. Hitting the portal's probably good, because then you die. Ooh, play Marble Sphere! Play Marble Sphere! Lost! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! Rip Bozo! Play Marble Sphere! Last place! See you later, brother! First time chatter today. He's gone. See you later. Oh, that is funny. That's the first time they've ever played on that account, and it's instantly timed out, as it should be for being an obvious alt account. All right. It's time to potentially do VIP. 420. You have the opportunity to risk your VIP for moderator. Assuming you want to do that, let us know. Heads or tails? Never stream matches. We got a banger yesterday. You think it was a banger because I didn't stream? 420 says tails never fails. When you're a VIP and you win, you can risk that VIP to get put in the Hall of Legends. Become a moderator, which you can never lose. 420 wants to be one of those legends. Tails fails! Unfortunately, Tails fails. Tough break. Tough break. Lost his VIP. Got timed out for 2 weeks. Almost was immortal. Almost became mod. So close. But not quite it. He instantly hit me up. Is it like... I said, no, see you soon. Uh-oh, Play Marbles Fear 2 just followed the stream. We might have to pre-nuke that one. Or maybe it'll just get last again. All right, chat, thanks for hanging out. The plan is to run more games and more streams and stuff before this weekend. For sure, we'll be live Friday for RLCS 1 stuff. Hopefully, we can get some matches and stuff tomorrow and the next day. Do more matches just before Friday. But I had a good time today doing predictions, catching back up with you guys. Gen G, by the way, they qualified. We didn't even get to 3's RLCS, but Gen G qualified. I'm going to go hang out with Baby Fear. Baby Fear didn't go on the trip with us, so got to go get some Baby Fear time in. See you later, homies. We're going to watch some ads, find somebody to raid. Bye. Thanks for hanging today. Thanks for sub goal. See ya.